In the last classes, we have seen some criteria for congruence of triangles, and we also solved some problems based on those criterions. Okay, so today we will see another two criteria for congruence of triangles. One of them is SSS congruence rule. According to this rule, it says if three sides of one triangle are equal to three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. You have already learned this rule in your lower classes. So it says if you are given two triangles, okay, and the two triangles, let's say ABC and PQR. Now in this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side, then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by which rule? By SS congruence rule. The next rule or the theorem is RHS congruence rule. The RHS congruence rule says if in two right triangles the hypotenuse and one side of one triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and one side of the other triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So suppose you have two right angle triangles. So let us take two right angle triangles. Triangle ABC, which is right angled at B, and triangle say LMN. Okay, you can take any triangle which is right angled at M. So you have two right angled triangles, and suppose the hypotenuse of this triangle, which is AC, is equal to hypotenuse of this triangle, which is LN, and one of the side of the other triangle, or one of the sides of the two triangles are equal. Suppose this side is equal to this side, or this side is equal to this side. Any one side, okay, is equal, then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent. Okay, so let us take this particular side now. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle LMN by which test? By RHS congruence rule. Okay, now what does this RHS stand for? You can guess it correctly from this. R stands for right angle, H stands for hypotenuse, and S stands for side. So it is one of the sides. So you have got three conditions here: right angle, hypotenuse, and one of the sides. So these are two theorems that you have to know, and there are no proofs for these theorems. Now let us see some examples from the exercise based on these theorems. The first problem is triangle ABC and triangle DBC are two isosceles triangles on the same base BC, and vertices A and D are on the same side of BC. Figure is already given to you. If AD is extended, okay, AD is extended to intersect BC at point P, you have to show the following. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD, then triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP. Third condition, AP bisects angle A as well as angle D, and the fourth condition is AP is the perpendicular bisector of BC. So these are the four conditions which have to be proved. So first let us take the first one. You have to show that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. So now we need three conditions to prove this. Now let us take the two triangles. So in triangle ABD and triangle ACD, what conditions do you know? You know that AB is equal to AC. What is the reason? Because it is given in the question that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. So your AB becomes equal to AC, correct? So AB is equal to AC. Next, BD, okay, this side BD is equal to CD. What is the reason? BD is equal to CD, again because triangle BDC is an isosceles triangle, so these two sides are equal, so it is given. Now in these two triangles, if you take ABD and ACD, this is a common side, right? This side is present in both the triangles. So AD is equal to AD, which is a common side. So we have got three conditions. So I can say triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD by which rule? It is SSS rule. This is the first condition. Now let us prove the second condition. So we have to show that triangle ABP and triangle ACP are congruent. So let us take these two triangles, triangle ABP and triangle ACP. Now we have to find three conditions. So the two triangles are ABP and ACP. We already know these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal. So now in this particular triangle, you know AB is equal to AC. It's already given to you. Now you have triangle here B, ABP and ACP, correct? So we have here BAP is equal to CAP. What is the reason here? Because this is a common angle. Sorry, it is not common angle, because in the previous case we have proved that these two triangles are congruent. So this angle will be equal to this angle by CPCT. So it's already proved. So angle BAP will be equal to angle CAP. This is the second condition. Which will be the third condition? You have ABP and triangle ACP. So both the triangles have this side common. So AP is equal to AP, which is a common side. So now we have got three conditions. So I can say triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP by which rule? It is SAS rule. So SAS congruence rule. Now let us see the third condition. The third condition is we have to prove that AP bisects angle A and angle D. Okay. Now AP bisects angle A means angle BAP is equal to angle CAP, correct? We have to prove this in the first case. But we already know that from 1 we know that triangle BAD is congruent to triangle CAD. So angle BAD is equal to angle CAD by CPCT. So we already proved this. Okay. It is the same as saying angle BAP is equal to angle CAP. So we can say AP bisects angle A. Next we have to show that this angle which is there, or angle AP which is there, it also bisects angle D. Means what? We have to show that this angle is equal to this angle. To show that this angle is equal to this angle, we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So if we prove that these two triangles are congruent, then I can say these two angles are equal by CPCT. So let us take the two triangles. It is triangle BDP and triangle CDP. So in triangle BDP and triangle CDP, we have here BD is equal to CD, correct? Because it is given that this triangle is isosceles triangle. Now DP is equal to DP because it is a common side. Okay. Then we have here BP is equal to CP. What is the reason? Because we have proved that these two triangles are congruent, correct? So if these two triangles are congruent, then this side will be equal to this side by CPCT. So BP is equal to CP. From 2 because triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP. So BP is equal to CP by CPCT rule. So we have got three conditions. So I can say that triangle BDP is congruent to triangle CDP by SSS rule. So if that is the case, then I can say angle BDP is equal to angle CDP by CPCT. That is, AP bisects angle D. The fourth and the last part is we have to prove that AP is a perpendicular bisector of BC. So what does it mean that it is a perpendicular bisector? We have to show that BP is equal to CP, and also angle APB is equal to angle APC is 90 degrees. So we have to show this is 90 degrees. Okay. Now we have already proved that BP is equal to CP because these two triangles are congruent. So by CPCT this is already equal. Now we have to show that this angle is 90 degrees. But if you see this, these two angles which are there, they form a linear pair. So sum of these angles will be equal to 180 degrees. So angle BPD plus angle CPD is 180 degrees, correct? So this angle is 180 degrees because they form a linear pair. Now from here we know that these two triangles are congruent, correct? Triangle BDP is congruent to triangle CDP. So angle BPD, these two triangles are congruent. BDP is congruent to CDP. So angle BPD should be equal to angle CPD, right? Because these two angles will be equal by CPCT. So it is equal. So now I am going to substitute for angle CPD as angle BPD. So we get angle BPD plus angle BPD here is equal to 180 degrees. So 2 times angle BPD is equal to 180 degrees. So angle BPD will be 180 degrees upon 2, which is 90 degrees. So angle BPD is 90 degrees as well as angle CPD is 90 degrees. Hence we have proved that AP is a perpendicular bisector of BC.